Right, so in this lecture, I thought I would go over just how to best optimally work taking notes using the lectures and so on. So all of my videos are they're on the MACA at Macomb.com website, but I also have them on YouTube. So if you just jump to YouTube and you type in Sean Sarcona and you spell it correctly, I'll come up. I'm Sean S. That's me. I'm actually both of these, but this is the one where I house all my videos. So if I click here, here's all videos I've done, and I typically keep all of the videos that I've pretty much ever done. So if I have examples of stuff or things from several years ago even, I have that still up here. So I change stuff often. There's a lot of stuff here that you could utilize. So as an example, let's say that I'm going to go through and use one of these for how to do something. I'm going to jump down to game controller definitions, materials. There we go. So I'm just going to turn the audio off for now. So number one, when I watch any video that I'm trying to learn how to do something, I watch it straight through. So I'll go to my settings, I'll go to the playback speed, and I'll play it back at a volume or a speed that I can still understand what the person's saying, but I'm getting more of an overall approach to how things are working. So a lot of videos I'm able to do at twice the speed, and that gives me a good sense of what I'm looking at. Also, sometimes the quality setting isn't all the way up to the max. Here it's at 720 is what it's playing back, so you can verify it. And I also watch it full screen. And like I said, I try to make sure that I have the details that I can see. If I'm watching this on my phone, forget it. I can't see what these letters are or what the words are. So like I said, I watch it, I listen to it, I let it go through the entire thing, and then I come back and I'll re-watch it at regular speed as I'm working through that, okay? Now it might seem like, this is 33 minutes long, you got twice the speed, so it's 15 minutes long-ish, 16 minutes long. But it'll definitely be worth it. Your goal is to have this repetition so that you can remember all of this stuff. So if you get a quick idea of what's happening, then you go back and slow it down, then that definitely helps. So in this video, I'm talking about assigning different materials in Cinema 4D. And obviously, I can skip along at the bottom here. And I'm going to just jump back out of this. Now let's say that I'm watching through this the second time, and there's something in here that I really want to remember. Like I want to remember where specifically, let's say this window is, okay? I'm going to use OneNote, and for anything that I need to remember, I use this OneNote app. All right, now this is not my actual notebook. I have another one that I have set up, but this is synced to all my Microsoft Cloud storage. So as I go onto my phone and have OneNote installed, as I use it in the classroom or my home, these are always going with me. So on the left side here, these are your navigation, searching, and obviously recent notes. These are, I call these the notebooks, okay? So depending on what the topic is, I'll have a different one. So if you had several classes, I may have one that's, let's say, MACA 1900, okay, which is animation, Introduction to Motion Design, okay? Now, if you don't want the 1900, don't put 1900, but there it is. And then inside here, I have pages. So this could be a page on a topic, this could be a page on the day or whatever, but these are great ways to have your notes. If you need to add pages, obviously add page at the bottom. Delete pages, delete page. So I'm just going to call this, I'll make a new one here because this is actually Cinema 4D stuff. 2510, intro C4D. There we go. And this new page will be called, let's say, render settings or material settings. All right. So now, as I'm going through this lecture here, and I, take note of some of the things that are happening. How do we make a new material? Oh, you're able to, you're able to go to create, shader, and pick one from the list. So I can switch back to this, create new material, right click, and material area, and go to new material. Okay, which is, you know, pretty obvious how to create a new material, but it definitely helps. Okay. Oh, there's two ways to do it. You can also double click. All right, so I can maybe put this in here. So create new material, right click, and then let's say that I wanted to just hit enter, hit tab key, and then just have like a list here. Double click, new material window area. And what's cool too, you could also, if I just click on this and this, and then I should be able to bullet this. Where do my bullets go? There they are. So on my home tab, there's bullets. Boom. And if I don't want a new bullet, I just hit enter and go down a couple lines, and I can start typing in something else. Okay. I could also, let's say I wanted to, I may not remember where that material area is. So I'm going to go back here, the very beginning, and I'm going to do a screenshot of that. So I'm going to go to my OneNote snipping app. And if you right click, you can go to the icon defaults, and you can either do a new quick note, which is just typing something quickly, open OneNote, which is what I already have, or take a screen clipping. So that's what my default is. So I'm just going to click on this, and then just take a little screenshot of this area. And then I'm just going to say copy this to clipboard, and then I can just paste that right in. And now I can see this is the area I'm talking about. And if I'm not sure, I can go to my Draw tab, go to this blue pen here. Oops. Click off that, come on. Yes. There we go. I apparently did not click that. So now I can see this is where I would click. Okay, so tremendously helpful. Same thing when we get into some of these areas where we have specific settings. Here's where I'm going over some render settings. So if I'm trying to remember what these are, I can jump back to this, jump back to my snipping tool, just grab a little section of this area. I can just say, don't ask me again, just copy it to the clipboard. That's typically what I do. Go back to my mouse, come down here, let you click anywhere, which is really cool. So I can just click here and start typing, it'll create a box. Go back down here, paste this, and then just go up render settings. And then next day I come in, let's say I want something else, I go to add page, I go to whatever we're working on this day, polygon modeling. And then I just start going through and grabbing elements that are relevant to this. And as I'm working on stuff, I try to be very overly notey, because I want to make sure that I have as many notes as possible. If I am working on something and I leave off in a video, let's say I stopped video at 15:23. That way I know that's the video I stopped off at. I could even copy the URL and paste it. And you'll see that there's a link right here. You can also link your email. So if I right click on an email and I paste it into this, it'll actually link that email into that area. I can insert tables, I can insert files, I can insert pictures, I can bring videos right into this, I can link to stuff, add audio. There's a million things you can do with this software. It's really cool. Here's some stickers. Maybe. There we go. Boom. So if I wanted to add the earth here for some reason, I have the earth that I could add. Again, just tremendously helpful tool to help you take notes, stay organized, and work on your stuff.